All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're actually going to break down the character details for the newly announced Part 2 LRs for the 11th anniversary. So we are going to jump right into this. I'm not wasting a whole lot of time. It's very late. I need to try to catch up on some sleep before these banners actually go live here in about 4 hours. So yeah, let's look through these guys really fast. So first off, we do have the physical Goku Ultra Instinct plus Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Evolution of Vegeta. So they've got a ton of categories, like straight off. Let's just talk about it. Like they have a mess ton of categories. Like, look at this. This is absolutely crazy how many teams they are going to be on, but they are a Realm of Gods category lead. So this guy is the Carnival. Remember that. So he does have the 1 leader skill, Realm of Gods. Not a crazy leader skill, but one that I kind of expected him to have, just based off looking at like some of the missions that we had in the data and looking at like past UI Gokus and everything like that. So Realm of Gods, not very surprised. For his super attack effects, so his 12 key instinctive punch, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause colossal damage to the enemy, and his ultra super, his 18 key unpolished instinct, greatly raises attack defense for 3 turns and causes mega colossal damage. So nothing too crazy here. He is greatly raising attack and defense for the turn, which is great. On his 18 key, he's doing it for 3 turns, which is kind of like a little pseudo stack, which definitely does help. His EX super, so he does have an EX super, unpolished instinct flash, greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns and cause ultimate damage to the enemy. Also, the little addition here is that he evades enemy attacks for 1 whole turn, including super attacks. That right there, a guaranteed dodge from getting an EX super is crazy. Now, the condition for this, it has to be the first attack in the turn, is a super performed with 24 key, and it's a 70% chance for the super attack to become an EX super. So you do have to have full key with him in order to get past the first barrier for this to proc. After that, it's still a 70% chance that it will become an EX super. Now, if you do get that off, he's going to be incredible. He's going to be untouchable. You cannot touch this boy because he's going to be dodging and weaving everything. So I absolutely love this. It does kind of stink that it's kind of hindered off an EX super and getting full key. So we just have to make sure that he does have like a way in his kit to make sure we're getting that full key every time, right? To give us the best chance to actually proc this, even though because it is still a 70% chance, right? In his passive, he gets attack and defense up by 300%, launches an additional super, and has a great chance to dodge enemy attacks. So he's already got 70% dodge built in. He's got an additional super built in, and he's getting a pretty good attack and defense buff just straight from his basic passive. With a key sphere obtained, all this stuff is only going to take place 1 time, it looks like. It's not going to be an infinite thing. It's just 1 time. Key plus 7. Evades enemy attacks. And Realm of Gods category allies. Chance of evading up by 7%. Plus an additional chance of evading enemy attacks up by 7% for characters who are also super class. Now, this is a 1-time buff that he does have. So for that 1 turn, he's going to get extra key. So that's definitely going to help you to get that EX super. He's going to dodge all attacks, which is fantastic. And he's going to give that dodge support to his allies for that turn. So that is really, really good. So it doesn't say in battle here. So I am going to assume this is just for that 1 turn that you pick up the key spheres for that first appearance, right? That he's going to give the entire rotation 14% chance of dodge if they are like a part of both these categories, right? Realm of Gods category and a super class. So super class Realm of Gods for that rotation, 14% chance to dodge support is really, really good. Before attacking, he has a chance to evade enemy attack up by 10%. So in slot 1, he will have 80% chance to dodge just right out of the gate. Before receiving an attack within the turn, damage reduction rate up by 60%. So basically, if he fails his dodge, If he gets hit that one time, he's still going to be okay because he's got some damage reduction to him. So it's not going to hit as hard, right? So it'll be a little bit better. Then when receiving an attack, he survives KO attacks up to once within a turn. So that also helps, right? So if you're not dodging, or say like you're dodge, you get hit, you got damage reduction. You dodge, you get hit. If that hit is very big, you're going to at least survive it one time, right? So he's got a lot of conditions kind of built into his kit here to kind of keep him alive, which is very, very good. And I actually really like the way that they did this. For every attack that he does evade, right, which should be pretty simple, he's going to get ki +2 up to 8. So that does help out with his ki. And attack and chance from a crit up by 15% up to 60%. So an extra 60% attack and a 60% chance to crit. On the UI Goku, I love it. Like I do love this. When attacking with 12 or more ki, he gets another 177% attack and defense. When attacking with 18 or more ki, he's going to guaranteed launch an additional super. Super class allies are going to get 20% attack and defense, plus 40% attack and defense for characters who also belong to Realm of God. So he is definitely going to be a big Realm of God supporter. He's going to be a big super class supporter. So I love this so much so far. I think he looks incredible, supports really well, has incredible dodge built into his kit. I think he's going to be a top unit for a long time. Just like we saw with AGL UI Goku during the 6th anniversary, he was very close to the top for a long time because of the way his kit was built and the way that he's able to survive. And this guy's like no different. I think he's going to be incredibly good. Now he does have a tag switch with the Evolution Blue Vegeta. So when there is another Realm of Gods or Power Beyond Super Saiyan category ally on the team, doesn't have to be in the rotation, just on the team, or starting from the 3rd turn from the character's entry turn, he can switch out with Vegeta. So basically you can get this right away, right? If you are running in a Realm of Gods team, if he's your leader, you have a full Realm of Gods team. That's happening. Power Beyond Super Saiyan, pretty easy to get on one of these teams. There's a lot of very good characters that are Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So basically you're going to be able to proc this tag switch right away, or this reversible exchange right away. And that almost looks like an entrance animation, basically, because you're going to pop in, he's going to have that ability, they're going to be able to switch, they're going to do their thing, and then you can use Vegeta. So let's actually take a look at my boy Vegeta here. For his 12 ki, massively raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause colossal damage. Then for his 18 ki, he's going to massively raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause mega colossal damage. Nothing really crazy coming out of his supers here. For his passive, reversible exchange, you can do the reversible exchange with Goku. 300% attack and defense. Receive an additional ki +1 per ki sphere obtained. So helping out with the key, getting an additional ki here. High chance to perform a crit, so 50% chance. And guard. Love when they throw guard in there. I do. That makes my heart happy. With a ki sphere obtained 1 time, right? This is 1 time only. He's going to have 77% damage reduction. Now keep this in mind, because before attacking, he gets an additional 30% damage reduction. So, quick math here, he's having over 100% damage reduction that first turn. He's untouchable. That first turn you use him, he picks up a ki sphere. You can't hurt this guy at all. He's got guard, he's got over 100% damage reduction. He is good to go. Not worried about him for that first turn. He's an impenetrable wall. For every attack that he does receive, he's going to get ki +2 up to 8. And damage reduction up by 10% up to 40%. So after that first turn where you lose this coming back with him again, you will still have the 30% damage reduction before attacking. And you will get this after getting hit a few times, right? 4 times you'll have this fully built up. Then you'll actually just have 70% flat out damage reduction before getting hit. After he gets hit, he's just going to have the 40 because he loses the 30, right? So definitely keep that in mind. If there's a bunch of attacks up front in slot 0, going to perform very well. if there's a lot of attacks in slot 1 right after he attacks, he is going to lose some of this damage reduction here. So you do have to keep that in mind, be very, very careful. After the enemy launches a super attack at the character, all allies get keep +3 for 2 turns. This kind of reminds me of like Wrathful Broly, right? He wanted people to super him and he got stronger. This is just giving ki, so not as good of a trade-off as I would think, but I mean, giving ki is obviously right now very good, because we saw like the issues with Daima Goku, Daima Vegeta needing to get their ki, especially with Daima Goku needing to have 24 ki. Giving additional ki is huge. Like, it's huge. So this is a very good thing. When attacking with 12 or more ki, he gets 77% attack and defense. When attacking with 18 more ki, he gets another 77% attack and defense and is guaranteed to launch an additional super. Then he does have an active skill. So when activating the active skill, or when attacking with 24 more ki, or 24 ki, you can't get more than that, 277% attack and 77% defense and guaranteed crit. So for me, I mean, this dude looks like you are between like the Goku and Vegeta, right? Because you have to build them the exact same in the hit potential. I mean, dodge additionals, I think that's fine, because Goku's got the 60% crit built in. Vegeta here has a 50% right here, and then down here has a guaranteed. So I think you don't have to put crit into these guys. I think making them more defensive, right? So maybe some defense equips, maybe some dodge, and then some additional, I think will really help, because then the dodge will maximize Goku's potential to actually dodge. And then it'll help this guy as well when he starts losing a lot of this damage reduction. So that's at least first glance, that's the way I would do it without actually using them in game just yet. But they look very, very good. Vegeta's active skill, Galaxy Breaker, massively raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and 77% attack for 1 turn. Can be activated from the 4th turn from the start of battle. So, dude, it's a good condition. It really is. So if he's not, as long as he doesn't show up at slot 1 or the first rotation, you could get this on his 2nd appearance. If he shows up in the 1st rotation, then you'll see it on his 3rd appearance. Overall, this is good, right? So he's the only one with the active skill between the two. Goku has the EX Super. He has an active skill, so you're not fighting between the two to figure out which active skill you should use. You get one for the character while still getting another one that's EX Supers. So I mean, it makes it very fun. This is very cool that they're doing this stuff. I love what they do with these reversible exchange characters so much. Overall, Goku, Vegeta, great. The UI Goku and the evolution of Vegeta, I think, are going to be fantastic. I think they're going to be a incredible unit, and I am absolutely looking forward to trying them out in a lot of this content. As long as there's nothing that's like dodge canceling or like locking, like could be an issue for Vegeta himself. Not so much for Goku because he can just dodge, but like for Vegeta, it might be a little harder. AoEs could be a little harder for Vegeta, but I mean, unless the AoE comes before he attacks, then you're pretty much good to go. He's got the extra damage reduction. So really, as long as there's no dodge canceling stuff, this character is going to be incredible for a very long time. I think he's going to be very good. And can we talk about the fact that their animations are just fucking bonkers? Like bonkers crazy, dude. Best animations we've ever seen in the game. All right, the other character here, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta plus Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This is going to be the Dokkan Fest. They are int type. They do lead GT Heroes, Power of Wishes, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan, with the additional categories being All Out Struggle, Earth Red Fighters, and Giant Ape Power. I think this leader skill is fantastic. GT Heroes, I mean, we don't really need, because we do still have the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But I mean, to have them lead it is still, it's going to be incredibly good. Then you've got Power Wishes, which desperately needed a new leader, and I'm so happy that they gave it to this character. I was really hoping one of these guys would have it, so glad to see they got it. And then Power Beyond Super Saiyan as well. I was really hoping we'd see that again soon. glad that it's here. So very, very good leader skill. For their super attack, their 12 key, raise attack and defense and cause colossal damage to the enemy. Their 18 key, raise attack by 44% and raises defense and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. So they are a stacking unit. They are going to start hitting harder and harder and harder as they go deeper and deeper into the fight. Reminds me of the 7th anniversary character. They're going to launch a bunch of attacks. I'm just kind of hoping they start off with a little bit higher of attack stats than the 7th anniversary LRs did, because they do dish out a lot of attacks, but it takes them quite a while to build up. I like to see these guys build up fast. I think that'd be very, very fun. They do have an EX Super. So Vegeta does have this, right? He's the one with the EX Super. Goku's gonna be the one with the active skill. This is going to raise attack defense by 44% and cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and raise allies attack by 10% in battle. This is going to be great. When the first attack in the turn is a super performed at 24 key, 70% chance up for the super attack to become an EX Super. So the exact same condition for Vegeta's EX Super as it was UI Goku's, right? It's got to be the first attack that he does, full key, 70% chance to be that EX Super, and then you're going to be giving your allies 10% attack in battle. That's crazy. Because think about every time this guy comes around, if you keep launching these off, you're going to be raising your attack and defense by 44%. You're going to be stacking with all the extra attacks you're going to do, and you're going to be giving your allies this for, dude, it's going to be wild. These characters are so crazy. For his passive, attack and defense up by 400%, receives additional key +3 per rainbow key sphere obtained, and then receives a key +1 per type key sphere obtained. Guard, thank you. Damage reduction up by 40%, and for one turn is going to change key spheres AGL and physical to rainbow. So that's definitely going to help him be able to get his full key to try to give you that chance to get that EX Super off in that first turn. With 3 or more rainbow key spheres obtained, he's going to get damage reduction up by 25%. With 4 or more rainbow key spheres obtained, he's going to get another 15% damage reduction, which is great. It's great, right? So I mean, you're already here, you're already at 40, so 65, 80% damage reduction with guard. Yeah, 80% damage reduction with guard if you pick up 4 or more rainbow key spheres, which you will definitely do in that first turn, right? Because you're going to be changing the orbs around in his first appearance. So you're already going to be in a good spot there. And then ideally, if you can get more characters with rainbow orb changing, these guys will be fantastic. It's like, well, I don't say that's why, but like these guys will be fantastic, like even better with all that damage reduction. And then not to mention stacking attack and defense. So they're going to look incredible. After receiving or evading an attack, love the addition of or evade. All allies get key +2 and 20% defense, self-excluded. So if they get hit, if they dodge, the entire team gets additional buffs. So they want to be pretty much in slot 1 is kind of what they're kind of gearing at you here. The guard, the damage reduction, giving allies support from getting hit or dodging. You know, that's gonna be a big like indicator of a slot 1 runner. That's kind of where that looks like they want them to be. Obviously you can keep them out of slot 1 if there's like an AoE that could proc this too, or if you don't need like the first character in the turn to get it, like you can move them around. But ideally it looks like they want you to kind of keep them around in slot 1. When attacking with 14 or more key, attacks are effective against all types and launches an additional super attack. When attacking with 24 key, launches an additional super attack and gets a permanent 100% attack and defense. So you definitely want to hit that 24 key as soon as you can. Should be within that first turn with the way that these orb changing is going. But this will definitely help, right? An additional super to help you stack. The additional stats are going to be permanent, so you're definitely going to want those. Plus you'll get this here as well. Launching another super. Attacks can be effective against all types. You're going to be good to go if you get that 24 key off. So again, another character that's going to be pretty heavily dependent on 24 key. Hopefully a little better designed than Goku. When there's another GT Heroes or Power of Wishes category ally on the team, or starting from the third turn from the character's entry, you can swap out with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, Goku, on his 12 key, is going to greatly raise attack for 1 turn, cause colossal damage to the enemy. 18 key, massively raise attack for 1 turn, cause mega colossal damage to the enemy. He is not getting defense on his supers. Remember this, right? He's not getting defense here. Vegeta will be stacking attack and defense here. So you're definitely going to want to try to like build this up a bit. And then once you get this guy in here, it's not going to matter as much because you're going to have all that extra defense to kind of help him out as well. Once you get into his passive here, so can perform the reversal exchange with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He gets 400% attack and defense. Receives additional key +3 per int key sphere obtained and key +1 per non-int key sphere. Chance to perform a crit, damage reduction, and dodge are 40%. And for 1 turn, he's going to change key spheres STR and tech to int. So that right there is going to help you get him to 24 key right away, right? And it's going to come into play later in his passive. When attacking, he gets 200% attack, 100% defense. For every attack performed, he's going to gain crit, damage reduction, and dodge up by 10% within that turn. So you definitely want him to try to launch off a bunch of additionals here. And then this is the crazy part. So 3 or more int key spheres obtained. Permanently, he will gain a chance to perform 40%. He will get 40% crit with 5 more int key spheres obtained. Permanent launch additional super. 7 or more int key spheres obtained. Permanent launch additional super. That's crazy. So already right there, he's gonna be launching a bunch of supers. Again, not getting defense on his supers, but if you were able to stack with Vegeta quite a bit, and then you throw Goku out there, he is gonna be hitting pretty dang hard. He is gonna hit pretty darn hard, man. I think this is gonna be crazy. Looking at his stuff here now, thinking about it, like he has the damage reduction and a little bit of dodge, but he doesn't have the guard. So definitely be careful with him getting hit, because damage reduction is great, but without guard, it does still kind of hurt a little bit more. So that's where I could see him getting a little bit weaker, is maybe in the defensive realm. But if you're able to stack up a lot of defense with Vegeta, he should be fine. Overall, amazing characters. Active skill, so cause ultimate damage to the enemy, changes AGL and Fizz key spheres to int. So right there, you can be able to even more, get more int key spheres. Power Wishes category allies, key +4 and attack up by 44%. And GT Heroes category allies get key +4, defense up by 44% for 1 turn. So he's doing some damage. He's supporting himself by giving himself the key spheres he needs. And he is supporting Power Wishes and GT Heroes category allies. This can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, once only. I think they're incredible, dude. These 2 units are wild. The Super Saiyan 4s and then the Tournament of Power units. These guys are absolutely crazy, and I am so looking forward to actually getting them in the game and trying them out. Summoning for them, there should be some new summon animations. Dude, they're going to be so much fun, and I think they're going to run the game for a little while, especially because of how good their animations look, man. Their animations match the kits. They're beautiful. So I'm very much looking forward to these guys. There is a couple other things announced, right? There is a banner unit Legic. There is the EZA for the Tech Pan, and then the Super EZA for the Int Blue Vegeta. We will do all that stuff in another video. Right now, it's going to solely focus on these headliner characters and talk about their kits and everything and what I think of them. And I think they're incredible. I think they look absolutely incredible. Their kits are incredible. Their arts are incredible. Their animations are another level. And I think they're going to be so much fun to use. Part 2 is going to just blow Part 1 out of the water, unfortunately, for my Daima characters, my Daima boys. But dude, these guys are going to be so much fun, and I'm so ready, so looking forward to it. So summoning should be able to happen in about 4 hours-ish from the time of me finishing the recording of this video. So that'll be live. I will not be able to summon immediately. I will do it a little bit later in the morning, after I get some sleep, after I'm able to work out, spend the morning with my family, all that stuff. and then I will be butt in seat, ready to summon and get these boys rocking and rolling. So looking forward to that. If you guys did stick around to the end of this video, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of the kits for the Part 2 headliners for the 11th anniversary. Which one do you like better? And let me know which one you plan on summoning for first. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.